Hello, my name is Will Goodon, and I am going to be presenting a video that is all about the handcrafted slingshots that I make. Slingshots always were a part of the Métis culture, especially for young children. But I've decided that I wanted to do something a little bit differently and to make them a little bit more Métis. So over the last year or so, I have put together slingshots that have a Métis sash pattern on them. And this is my little workshop. I've got a slingshot ready to be painted and another one that I'm going to be painting the sash patterns on. So enjoy the video and hopefully this learning and fun experience for everyone. Thanks very much. Willows are probably some of the easiest ones to make slingshots out of. There's a real tendency to have these crutches, they call them crutches, where they go off into two branches. And other trees do it as well, but willows do it all the time. So that's why I like going after the willows. And springtime is a good time of year as well because the bark is looser. There's the sap is moving through the tree for the first time since winter, and so then the bark loosens up a little bit, so it's easier to peel, and we'll do that after. But let's see if we can find something here. I'm thinking this one right here would be bad. Let's take this one. Yeah, so there's one right there. Okay. So what I like to do is peel them pretty quick after they're cut down while it doesn't dry out too much, and it just comes off pretty easy. So you just take a big swipe and clean it off. It's good to have a sharp knife. I'm not sure. There's a story about this knife too, but I won't get into that too much because I don't have a whole lot of time on this video. But I just roughly take off as much as I can. But you got to do what you got to do in order to make them right. So anyway, so while we're peeling here, the importance of these slingshots to the Métis, at least the Métis who grew up here in the Turtle Mountain, the kids, every single kid would have one or two slingshots. And of course there was competitions. They would shoot at things, and whoever was the best shot got bragging rights. But they also it was very practical. So the kids, everybody helped around the house. And if there was food that was needed, then that would be also a part of the kids' responsibilities to go out, and if they can knock a rabbit in the head with a pebble, then there's something to eat there. So it was very practical, and people would go hunting with them. You get good at something like this if you're hungry. So those kids who grew up back in the bush were really good at it. I like to say that I'm good at it, but I'm just okay at slingshot. So I need to do some more practicing. So we're sitting on the deck at the cabin here in Turtle Mountains in Sharp Lake, and my favorite spot in the morning when the sun is rising up over there. I have a coffee. It just really doesn't get any better than that. But this here is one of the slingshots that we've already dried out, and this one here I really like to make sure that they're nice and sanded. So I've already gone ahead and cleaned this one all up. It takes a bit of time. Want to make sure all the rough edges are gone, all the little pieces of bark are gone. And then for me, normally this would be ready. You just put the rubber on and the pouch to shoot. This would be ready. But I have, in the last year, sort of developed a little bit of a routine on the what I like to present. So I've gone a little bit above and beyond, and I have you know, I paint the, this is my favorite. This is actually one of the most popular slingshots. We paint it red, and then I put a pattern that's like a Métis sash. I tried a whole lot of different things, and to me this was, when I put it out in social media, people really liked it. Next thing you know, they wanted to buy a few. So I made a whole bunch of these, and we put the, so what I do is I have the sash, and I get, let's see if I can find here. So then I have some rubber that I got from my dad. He's had it in his shop for a little while, but it's still really good rubber. I put that on the slingshot, and I use, and again, this is to sort of reflect on the Métis heritage. There's a few old sashes that I have, and I use the thread from the old sashes to tie the rubber onto the slingshot. And then I also, this is probably a different color here, I also use leather for the pouch. So it's likely to be deer hide. That's mostly what I've been using. And again, we use the string from the sash on there. This is a little bit slightly different. I left it natural, but with the sash thread colors on there. And we've got a couple more in here as well. We've got one that is the color of the Infinity flag. It's got the blue with the threads on it. This one I made just for fun. It's a camouflage color. This one is kind of neat as well. It is, my dad used to do things with antlers. So this is a white-tailed deer antler, and I put the sash, cleaned it all up, put the sash thread with the paint on there, and put the rubber on there as well. So it is a kind of a one-of-a-kind slingshot as well. So these are all the slingshots that I make. I use the paint, you know, to do something like this. I put about, I don't know how much time it would take to do one. I don't think I charge nearly enough for it because I put 3 coats of paint on. Then I purposely do every single dot by hand, white, blue, yellow, green, and there's always a black thread on there, and that symbolizes the dark period for the Métis Nation. So I make sure that that's all hand done. I normally put my little initials on here somewhere, just so that people can know that it's handmade by myself. But it takes a while, and then I put more varnish on it, probably 3 more coats of varnish. It takes a long time, but I am really excited about these, really proud of them. So I really want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully that's learned something. You know, maybe we'll take a little bit of time here to shoot a couple of pebbles and see if we can't hit anything. So thanks very much. Not bad, eh? There we go. So that's how it's supposed to be done. It doesn't happen all the time, but if you practice lots, eventually you might be able to hit that can off there too. But it's a lot of fun, good for kids, of course, parental supervision. And if anybody wants a slingshot, give me a ring. Thanks very much.